Hi, my name is David S. Hogan. I'm an actor, educator, photographer, producer. I do a bit of directing. I do a lot of stuff in the industry, in the entertainment industry here in the Pacific Northwest. Thank you for checking out this show. If you enjoy these videos, please click like, and I would appreciate it if you subscribed so we can keep in touch. This channel is mostly for random videos of me doing random things, and also me creating content for actors and giving out tips and hints about how to get better in the industry at, upping your game, getting more auditions, learning about the industry, finding a talent agent, all that kind of stuff. In today's episode, we're going to talk about slating. But first, let's take a little pause so you can help me figure out what the heck to call this show. Commuting with coffee? Can you help me get a name for this show? What are we going to call this show? I'm talking to actors, right? I'm talking to, and also, of course, my mother, because she'll tune in and watch this, perhaps. But mostly I'm talking to actors about the industry, giving out tips and hints, and just talking about the business. It is a commute. I do drink a lot of coffee, so commuting with coffee, although that says nothing about what the show's about. Anyhow, if you have a thought, drop it in the comments. So slating for on-camera auditions, right? It's simply an introduction and a way for the production team to get information about you, about your name, obviously, and perhaps some other factual information. You are sometimes asked to slate your name and your age, your name and your height, your name and your conflicts, your name and the role, your name and yada, yada, yada. It really kind of depends. When you're in person and in the room, just listen, and they'll tell you exactly what they want you to slate, what kind of information they need from you. For a self-taped audition, that information will come to you in your breakdown or in the casting instructions, so watch for that. There is one thing that I will constantly remind you about, is to follow the instructions provided by casting. It's surprising to me that seemingly a lot of actors get this part of the show wrong. And I know sometimes there's a lot of information. I see some breakdowns coming out of LA that are just, it's a lot. There's a lot of stuff they want you to do. From the slate to the technical requirements of the videos, and it can be a lot. It can be a lot, especially if you don't do this thing, self-taping, regularly. But take a breath. Really read those instructions, follow those instructions really, really well. All right, so slating, as I was saying, is just information. Usually it will be the first thing in the sequence of your videos. It'll go slate and then the audition itself, right? Sometimes you will tail slate, meaning put the slate at the end, so the sequence will be the scene and then the slate. Sometimes the slate will be its own video, and don't forget, if you're sending files, label those videos correctly. Something like David Hogan _ or hyphen slate. David Hogan hyphen scene 1, take 1, something like that, okay? Just follow the instructions. They'll tell you exactly what they want. Usually, okay? Sometimes you do get newer filmmakers who put together, well, I don't mean to, sometimes I just want to call out people in my own industry, but that's cold. I'm going to do it anyway. I have seen some casting calls locally come out from people who I expect better from, meaning they've been around the industry for a while, and the casting call is just really shabby. There's not enough information provided. Things are overly vague and sloppy. And that does happen occasionally, and it happens with newer filmmakers, student filmmakers, and I guess all the way up to people who are established professionals. But still, always do your best. Do your best and forget the rest, as Tony Horton would say. Always do your best. So your slate, again, it's just information. Let me mention the full body slate thing really quick. So sometimes they're going to want a full body slate. I've talked about this in other videos, especially on the Mighty Tripod Acting Studio YouTube channel. There are ways, especially if you're recording on a smartphone, to film your slate with the camera held vertically, and this is okay as long as it ends up in a 16:9 horizontal frame or wrapper, okay? Because sometimes we want that vertical video just because it's easier to get a head to toe. It's easier for framing. It really makes the space smaller. So, like, you know, if I was in this shot right here, you see a lot of this side of the frame, you see a lot of that side of the frame. If you're in a vertical frame, it's a little bit different. So sometimes a vertical slate is fine. I've also heard that sometimes casting will just ask for a head to toe still headshot or professionally photographed image that looks like you, that's current, but that is a still photo instead of you in a head to toe video. Okay, what I think makes the most sense, because I do think that a head-to-toe slate or a head-to-toe video or still photo is important information for directors and producers to see. What I would do, and again, this is just my opinion, I would do a close-up slate. Hi, my name is David Hogan, blah, 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 blah. And then I would include like either a head-to-toe quick video or a head-to-toe still. Something that's very, very easy to execute. Follow their instructions. They will tell you exactly what they need to see as far as the framing, all right? Now, the quality of your slate performance, you know, it's just introduce yourself, especially for commercial or stuff that's not, stuff that's lighter in tone, comedic, whatever. Slate with a smile, right? You're happy to be there. So, hi, my name is David Hogan, reading for the role of Bob, right? Just keep it simple. Sometimes when we're nervous, we talk too fast, so watch for that. Make sure you play your tape back, especially if you're doing a head-to-toe slate and the camera's a little bit further away. Make sure we can hear you. Make sure the audio is good. If you're using a lapel mic, you don't have anything to worry about. If you're using the microphone on your camera and the camera is, you know, further away from you, you might need to project your voice just a little bit so your voice reaches that microphone, all right? If you're doing a very dramatic scene, you don't necessarily have to be super intense for your slate. Hi, my name is David, and I'm reading for Doug. Come on now, you don't have to do that. You can be a little more neutral with your slate. But even if you smiled a bit, I don't think it's that big of a deal, because in a slate, it's just gathering information. Who you are, where do you live, what's your height, do you have conflicts, all that kind of stuff. It's gathering information, so don't stress out too much about it. Just learn how to relax and enjoy it. Now, for commercial projects, or if you're doing a scene where there is no dialogue or very minimal dialogue, it's maybe an action-based sequence, then your slate might be a little bit more important, because that might be the only time they hear your voice or get to see your personality or your connection, okay? Make a connection with the camera. Just make a connection. Just like acting, make a connection and send a message. I really think the subtext of your slate can be, hey, thank you for having me, it's great to be here. That's a really great thought and a really great thing to think of and remind yourself of as an actor. All right, don't forget, help me figure out a title for this show. Commuting with Coffee. Not good enough. I used to call it the David S. Hogan Show, but that's just, I don't know. We can go back to that, I guess. It's a little vague. All right. Thanks for tuning in. Again, if you like this video, please click like. If you want to receive more videos like this, the subscribe button is right there. Hope to see you soon, and break a leg.